the apocalypse comes, beat me.
Say it on mic. I just had about 6 chicken nuggets and 6 Halloween Oreos.
Oh no! At least you evened them out.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
A perfectly balanced meal. Thank you for eating the chicken nuggets, because...
You're welcome. You got your boo bucket? You got your boo bucket? Everyone, grab your boo buckets.
Everyone, boo buckets are back. McDonald's, if you're listening, give us a real fucking top to this.
I know. They're like, we'll just put it in the handle. It's like extra plastic. They just
literally,
sit around.
I mean...
But, it's cute. It has a buckle. I didn't see that detail. That's cute.
No, it's cute, but like...
It's not what it was.
It's really not. Also, McDonald's has more money than they did like in the 90s, I'm sure. So why can't you just cough it up?
Because
the CEOs are...
And they're CEOing. They're CEO-knowing. And that's the state of things. I love your shirt.
I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. I thought dinosaurs were like a fun, spooky fall vibe.
Yeah.
In a way. I'd be scared.
I am scared. I'm scared of the world.
Oh, me too, Beyza. Me too. And we just had like an hour conversation about the state of the world before this. So it's like...
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, it's like a hard... Sometimes it's a hard left turn. It's from the musical Waitress.
Are you excited for the Mean Girls musical?
You know what? I'm optimistic.
Everyone's talking shit about the fashion, which I agree it looks very Shein, but like, I don't know. I don't care about that stuff. But because it's a movie musical, I do think... I don't care. It's just stupid to say anyway.
I love that. I have a lot of opinion about the Mean Girls musical.
I hate it, but
it's
that's
awful.
It's
There's
really
some
bad.
nice moments. They should never have taken out of the 2000s. Yes. Never taken out of the 2000s. Tina Fey, don't work with your husband just because he's your husband. Like, choose the better people for the job,
I think
please.
I got like an early case of COVID at the Mean Girls musical.
And that makes sense.
I think COVID began there.
I think all the
This
bachelorette
spreads
parties.
Misinformation. Yeah. But
wow.
I love
What's her butt? Renee Rapp.
Well,
She's gonna slay.
I can't get into that right now.
Oh.
I had a huge crush on her, but she gave me the ick recently.
Oh. About something that really matters?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Just
I thought you were
like
gonna say
me.
something. Okay.
No, she's fine. She's slay. I love her.
Good.
She's great.
Listens for you, Renee. But also, you gave Beyza the ick, so watch out. I start a fight. Online feud with Renee Rapp for giving my best friend the ick.
Please, McDonald's, put covers on your boo buckets next year.
That's the ultimate goal.
I want more plastic.
What am I recycling for? I should have more plastic. Turn it back into plastic.
Literally.
Stop dumping our recycling into the rivers.
Is this recycled plastic?
I hope so.
I can't see
Probably.
shit.
It's dark in here.
It's too dark.
It's dark. You know, something about purple and low lighting. You know, the tarot cards and these poop buckets. I was called poop buckets.
Safety tested and recommended for children 3 and over. Made for McDonald's, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh my God! Come on,
It
local.
says made for Chicago. Why does it say that?
Made for Chicago, by Chicago, in Chicago. McDonald's.
Why does it say that?
I don't know.
I should see if my old one from last year says that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay.
Are you dressing up for Halloween this year?
Halloween's in like 2 fucking weeks.
I know.
No.
I know. No.
What am I gonna dress?
I did buy a French maid outfit with kitty cat ears.
So you're gonna be Angel.
Oh, I literally am.
Yeah, Halloween's in 2 weeks. I'm not doing that.
Do you know what? Christmas? I know you don't celebrate. It's in 60 days. Which is just a crazy target.
I'm taking you to lunch. That's your present.
Ooh, that's such a fun present.
McDonald's drive-through.
Oh, hell yeah. You're like, and you're driving. Oh, no, you're driving.
You're
driving.
I got
Update.
my license. I got my real one
huge.
today. Because you know how they give you the paper one and then you have to...
I would like to see it.
No, because my eye looks crazy.
Just one?
It like I look like this.
You're like Igor.
I also didn't put any effort into the picture because I was like, I'm not getting my license. Like, I'm such an idiot. There's no fucking way. And then it was like the easiest test I've ever done in my life.
That's amazing.
And I was like, that picture is gonna happen.
Did you study for? Did you have a written one or just in person, just driving?
Both.
Okay, so did you study for the written?
Yeah.
How much?
A good amount.
Good for you.
I mean, like, but not because I didn't know anything, but because I have anxiety and test anxiety. And I will literally die if I ever have to take a test again.
Yes.
But it was easy.
Yeah, I have to do that.
And it was on a touch screen. Back in my day,
we had a piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
That's really funny that they'll give us iPads but not lids on our boot buckets. T lithium battery. Compared to a
but during my driving test, I don't know if I told you, my foot was shaking when I was in the car.
The car's like
literally, like at some point, I like broke kind of a little jolty. Maybe it was just me, and she just didn't notice. But I was like, I'm gonna fail. But
damn,
here we are.
Was she nice?
She was a
DMV employee,
as nice as
That's
one of those.
So yeah, she's on the nicer side of the spectrum.
I
have to do that.
Hate that
because I need to get my Illinois license plate and ID. Because we're trying to be a homeowner one day, so I need to start.
You should
really,
go to the one I went to. I'll tell you.
I will. I'm gonna do that. New year, new me.
I'm not going to dox ourselves.
An Illinoisan. Illinoisan. Stop Illinoisan
Chicagoan.
me.
Just say Chicagoan.
Chicagoan. Anyways, this show's about. I would like for you to talk about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Audible original.
Okay, should we say the intro first because we didn't do that?
Hi, I'm Chase. Oh, in every generation, a podcast is born.
6 minutes in.
Clock the house. Let us know in the comments. Timestamp.
And we are your sley slems covering Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm Chase. First time watching.
Beyza, many time watching.
And before we get into this week's episode of season 3, a very exciting announcement and development in the Buffyverse has happened. An Audible original featuring Drusilla, Spike, and Cordelia.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay.
You take it away. No spoilers.
Well,
you've been listening to it.
Say. Yeah, but I can't say anything.
I know, but how is it?
It's cute.
It's cute. And how far into it are you?
I can tell you on my Audible app. I literally downloaded Audible for it. I am not far. I have. Oh, I'm 20 minutes in. That's not bad.
Out of how many hours?
7. 7 hours and 41 minutes. I am going to watch. Oh, God. See, this is why I can't do Audible.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to all of it. It's very well produced. Everything sounds great. It's just a little theatery for my taste. And I'm a bitch, so I'm very critical of that. But
I totally get
I'm so happy. This is the biggest Buffy news we've gotten literally forever. So I'm happy.
And it's cool to see like Christina, like Charisma Carpenter come back and be like, yeah, fuck Joss Whedon, but she's my girl. Like I'm gonna play her. Like that kind of stuff is really cool.
No, for sure. Everyone's slaying, and there's a new Slayer in town again.
Ooh.
So yeah, God, I'm excited.
Yo. Buffy's not the only vampire slayer. They should just call it that's why it's called the Slayers. Okay. So is this taking place, this Audible original, at some point in the timeline within seasons 1 and 7, or is it after season 7?
No, it's after the show.
So I have to wait.
I think someone said it's like 10 years after the end of. Let me know if I'm wrong, but 10 years after the show is over.
Well, that's kind of nice for me because like I'll be really sad when Buffy ends.
Yeah.
Which means then I can listen to the Audible.
And then maybe we
can do a bonus episode.
You got some
on
time.
The Audible. I know.
That'll be in like 2 years.
There's one thing I am. It's a planner.
Okay. Yeah, but it's going well so far.
Good. I get it though.
I also just don't listen to like podcasts, like just audio podcasts. I need a video because my attention span. I don't know what it is, girl, but I can't just like listen. Yeah, I can't just like listen.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing to just listen to something.
My mind wanders far away when I'm just listening.
If I'm driving, I guess I could, but I wouldn't pay attention.
And you're also driving like 15 minutes back and forth. Like it's like that's not enough time to get through a book.
Exactly. So I'm just like, I'm going to sit in the dark room on my bed and listen.
No, you do it like when you're showering and getting ready for the day or like brushing your teeth at night.
The disc is too slow.
Well,
that's what we get for slandering.
I guess, yeah.
We were slandering.
Slandering McDonald's, Buffy, the DMV.
What else can we be haters about? American government.
Oh, we can definitely be haters about that. Okay. We can definitely be haters about that.
Well, before it cuts out, should we start talking about the episode?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So we're talking today about Homecoming. which was originally aired on November 3rd, 1998 on the WB network. I keep saying the WB network because it is important context going further into
because
the show.
we are going to switch to...
We're going to switch at some point.
And we're switching to...
I forgot. UPN?
Sure.
Or was that before? Anyway, whatever.
I don't know.
This episode was written and directed by David Greenwalt. So no trigger warning needed here. And we watched this episode with Molly.
Shout out.
Which was so fun. We watched this episode and Band Candy, which is the next episode we'll be talking about.
Yeah, so sorry, Molly. You'll probably get a lot of the same reactions you did
I know.
while we watched it together. But yes.
Just skip these two, girl.
It was like a little girl sleepover. I just
really
watched
fun.
on my bed with my Chipotle.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I think this episode is fun to talk about because it's very Buffy Cordy vibes.
Yes.
It doesn't like do a bunch for the story necessarily, but I think it's just fun to talk about. So
it's super fun. Yeah. And it's also just like a nice way to sort of like they're not afraid to go back to like where these characters kind of came from.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's like allowing there to be like, it's sort of like a non-linear relationship between Cordy and Buffy specifically. Cause it's like when we think back to season 1, like fully hated each other.
Right.
And like they became friends really quickly because of a lot of different circumstances, but they also still have that as a part of their history, which I thought was like really cool that they addressed
really
that.
palpable sexual tension.
Yes.
And I guess I shouldn't say there's not a lot of plot movement in this because we do meet the mayor.
Mr. Mayor. Mr.
And
Mayor, man.
He may play a big part in this season.
I can tell. This man is spooky.
Spookity spookity. So the Scoobies decide to share a limo for their last homecoming dance. Scott hasn't asked Buffy, Twinkie Scott.
Yes.
But after some prompting, does ask her, so they join in the group plans. Buffy takes an early leave to bring blood to Angel, who is still very weak. Oh, was that in the previous episode we talked about? We didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about it.
What is there to say? Angel's back.
Yeah, Angel's back.
Surprise, surprise.
There's not that much to say. They're really taking their time with it.
Yeah.
So, which I get.
Right. She tells him she won't tell the others about him because they won't understand that he's better and not Angelus anymore. So she...
Which is...
what? Yeah. The
I already said
communication
this.
vibes.
It's just like... I hope one day there will be a little bit more communication because from a character perspective, it's a little bit tiring. A little bit.
It is
just
tiring.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's not me hating on the show or Buffy. It's just more like... From my perspective, I would love to see some growth in the communication department.
It does come up, even like, yeah, it comes up throughout the show. But I do think, and this is my Buffy sympathizer side coming out, but I do think it's because Buffy is obviously tasked with all of these emotions and like responsibilities that from a very young age. So I think she's always like in the mindset that I'm doing what's right and like I know what to do.
Yeah.
And because I had to learn what to do and not everyone is like on the same level as I am.
Yeah. And that's actually like a really important, I'm glad you brought that up. So I think her age is a really important context that I always forget because I just feel like they're college kids and not high schoolers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of like, and it's again one of those like queer kid things where it's giving kid who had to grow up too fast. It's giving kid who had to parent themselves. It's giving, So
it's giving Chase and Beyza, honey.
It's giving communication issues.
Communication issues. Honey.
Yeah, so I think that's great
the
context.
call's coming from inside the house.
I'm projecting. I'm like, God, Buffy, fucking learn how to communicate,
cunt.
you
Just
dumbass.
Learn how to say how you feel and what you need. Anyway, she also tells him she is dating someone else. So at least she's communicating to Angel.
No, and that was like such an awesome moment because like my whole thing as the seasons come onto its feet, I'm like, God, I'm like, your life's finally starting to settle out a little bit. Like, allow that to exist. And she's fighting for that. She's like, no, I'm seeing someone, which brave girl. I wouldn't tell him that because clearly he fought through hell to get back to you. So I probably would not tell him that. So I'm glad she did.
Totally. I agree. Scott breaks up with Buffy the next day because he finds her too distracted all the time, which she admits is true. She promises to do better, but it's not enough. As she watches him walk away, two men watch her from a van. They are connected via modem to Mr. Trick and an unnamed boss who have video monitor set up in a mansion. Yeah, fair. Scott, like I'm never on the side of a straight white man.
Except Twinkie Scott.
Twinkie Scott, I get it.
I agree.
So Deputy Mayor Alan Finch enters the mayor's office. He reports that 2 German brothers who are major international terrorists have arrived in Sunnydale. The mayor, Richard Wilkins III.
Oh, yes.
Chides him for not cleaning his hands enough. Finch looks scared and promises to do better. So what were your initial thoughts of the mayor this episode? Any thoughts at all?
I mean, definitely thoughts, but no groundbreaking thoughts. I was just like, oh, this guy is giving the mayor from Stranger Things, but even like his hands are even dirtier.
Wait,
the mayor from Stranger Things in season 3, like, is like the one who like sells them all to the Russians to like let them build their giant upside down laser.
Okay, it's coming back to me.
And like that mayor is just kind of greedy and just doing it for money and not really asking questions. This mayor clearly has like a lot more at stake in the supernatural world.
That's a good assessment.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say he's a creep. I fucking hate this guy. He looks scary.
Yes.
He
Bad News Bears.
He looks like he would be brothers with Snyder. They look like they would be related.
Ew, totally.
At school, the gang sends Cordelia to tell Buffy that yearbook photos are being taken that day. Buffy is in the library training with Faith. I think when we were watching it, I was like, I was sweating.
Barking loudly at the screen.
Barking loudly.
I mean,
it's like too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
The midriff effect.
Buffy decides to go to prom with Faith since she already bought a ticket. Cordelia gets distracted at the library door by 2 guys whose votes for homecoming queen she wants, and she leaves without giving Buffy the message about the photos being taken.
Right. Which, by the way, a girl bringing a girl to homecoming as a blessing. It's hot and it's a blessing. At my school, we could not bring someone of the same gender to dance.
I don't think we could either.
Not allowed.
I mean, I didn't have anyone to bring, but I'm sure they wouldn't let me.
They like literally wouldn't sell you tickets if it was like 2 boys.
But you went to like a Catholic school, right?
Oh yeah.
But I didn't, but I'm sure still public school.
I know. Just crazy.
We sound so old.
I know, but I know, and I just.
It's only 10 years ago, though.
I just think it's like it's so weird because it's like things like that, like they're so stupid to bring up, but it's also like kind of important to bring up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like, no, that's like we should all be questioning that.
10 years feels long, but really short at the same time.
Yeah, we're at that age where like I feel old but young, and I feel like there's been no time at all since I was like young, but it also feels like it's been a decade, and it has. Oof.
I feel sick.
Yeah.
Buffy needs a recommendation from a teacher for her file per Principal Snyder's stipulation for her to re-enroll at school. She asks the teacher who taught the class that changed my life, quote unquote, but is crushed when the teacher does not remember her. Okay, you know what? Looking back, this episode is so sad. Because Buffy just takes L after L. Doesn't get to take her high school yearbook pictures. The teacher who changed her life doesn't fucking know who she is. Gets dumped. Like, she's allowed to have a little retaliation and be a little bitchy to Cordelia. I think.
100%. They set that up. They set that up really well.
Yeah.
And also, like, the When She Was Bad episode, it had a little bit of that energy to it, which was also, again, fun to see. And also, it's nice to see, again, her roots are kind of like popular girl at school, not very nice,
that's
not
she was
really
before
deep.
She was
before
Cordelia,
she was Slayer.
before,
literally, yeah. So this episode is actually like, I'm really happy we're talking about it. I love it.
I shouldn't have played it off in the beginning like it was like not.
No, but that's what's beautiful about the pod is like we're realizing the brilliance of this episode and its place in the Buffyverse.
It's true. Buffy says that at Hemry, her old high school, she was prom.
Sorry.
She was prom princess. Hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid. I have no control.
Had to say it.
That's
so funny. She was prom princess, fiesta queen, and on the cheerleading school.
I was prom princess and fiesta queen.
That's so you coded. That is so you coded. But no one would remember her at Sunnydale High, which is so sad.
Yeah.
But also, at least she had some of that in her previous school, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty base take. It's like, girl, you had your moment, and now you actually have real friends and family. So,
right.
I think that wins out.
Yeah. She is bummed that her entire high school career will come down to one picture on 1/8 of a page, but Willow and Xander tell her that even that won't be there since she missed getting her picture taken. Well, and they tell her that Cordy was supposed to tell Buffy that the pictures were happening and she never did because she got distracted by the homecoming queen.
And you know what? That's fair. I get distracted by things that are important to me that might not be important to other people.
For sure. I do think the things that that everyone thinks that Cordelia finds important are trivial and like stupid.
Yeah.
But it's important to her.
Yes.
But yeah. I see both sides.
Of course. But Cordy's just my girl.
Neutral.
I'll I fight for Cordy.
Right. An enraged Buffy decides to run for homecoming queen against Cordy.
Which I love seeing this out of Buffy. I'm not gonna lie.
I love the
it's
sapphic energy in this episode.
It is a really
not
just
enough faith. Not enough faith, I'll say.
Could use a little more faith.
Always could use a little more faith. Well, what I would have loved in this episode is obviously Xander and Willow are helping Cordy out because she was running first.
Yes.
But I would have loved Faith putting up some Buffy posters.
Yes.
I would have died. I would have died and gone to heaven.
And also it was such a great it was just also a really good tie into the very beginning of the season where, of course, they're also going to choose Cordy too because it's like Buffy was gone. Like they did get close, you know what I mean? And that also would be extra triggering for Buffy to see that happen because it's like she probably is still trying to feel a little bit more socially secure from all the fallout from her leaving.
I think even that for sure. And plus, I think even Xander might, or maybe it's Will. I don't remember.
Oh my God. I just remembered everything about Xander. If I could start a fight
if I could serve
with anyone
time.
with any character on this show.
I know. It's hands thrown. But one of them says that to kind of add some clarity is like for Cordy, it's like this is all she has. I think, right?
Yes.
They say that.
Yes, this is her bag. Like it's like Cordy's not trying to be like the vampire slayer. It's like
Cordy herself says that.
I hate to say it, but I think Cordy says it. I think it's just like it's one of those things where it's like do your thing, but also stay in your lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. You can't have everything, Buffy.
Literally, and it's like if you really want to run for it, do it, but don't do it out of spite. That's so fucking not cool. But also, I get it, girl. You got L, and you're also under a lot of stress. So Buffy could also use the distraction from Angel.
So true.
Girl, this is like a little Buffy therapy.
I know. Come on.
I really think we're emotionally understanding our characters today.
Really are.
Except for Xander.
Never Xander. But also, the character of Buffy, I just will always forgive for whatever wrongdoing she has because everyone's human, makes wrong choices, makes mistakes. But I don't know. I will always be a Buffy sympathizer, no matter what she does.
Yeah, she's got so much more on her shoulders.
Some part of everything she does to me is always right.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes.
Because it comes from the good place. A good place.
Yes. I agree. She's always trying her best and trying to do the thing that she thinks is right.
Yeah.
But she's also human and makes mistakes. But also, you're allowed to make mistakes if you have the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Period.
And what does that mean for us? Do we? Never mind.
Say it.
No, Chugi. No.
Meanwhile, Mr. Trick has organized Slayerfest 98.
I love this man.
A competition in which its participants, for a fee, get to hunt 2 slayers. The competitors include the twins, Hans and Frederick Grunenstaller.
That's it.
So sorry. Working with an older man, the vampire couple Lyle and Candy Gorch, a demon named Kulak.
I love Kulak.
Kulak of the Miquat clan, and a man named Frawley. Kulak was your monster fucker, right?
I love him.
Yeah.
He was cute.
He was cute.
He was a vibe. I love the colors.
He would make a great action figure.
He'd make a great lay.
Lay. Maybe they make
a really great action figure. Oh, I could absolutely. My friend and I, am not kidding. We're talking about creating a dildo company.
I think you should.
I think I should because I think I know what people want, and then I also think that
that'd be fucking slay.
I would
buy
want,
some.
Baldur's Gate characters dildos is where this started because there's some really hot ones.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, especially to do it safely and environmentally friendly.
Well, and just to get the permission, like the character.
Yeah, but we could be like we could call it like vampire elf.
Can you make a steak one for me?
Oh my God, that's kind of fun. It's called Mr. Pointy. Hey, that's not bad. And it has like
you can figure it
has
out.
like a.
I trust you.
Yeah, great. I'll talk about it later.
I'm scared. Anyway, Xander and Willow. Speaking about dildos, Xander and Willow trying on their Wildo. Oh God, trying on their formal clothes in her room, admire each other's elegance.
Oh boy.
They share a kiss, but break apart in guilt for cheating on Cordelia and Oz. Yeah, you fucking should, bitches. They both of them didn't know what they had.
It's so true. And I will say that it is like if their acting wasn't on point, this scene would have been even harder to watch. Mm-hmm. Their acting was pretty good, which is why I kind of was like, I get,
And Nicholas Brendan, who plays Xander, this is his first role. He was a PA on the set, and he got hired to play Xander.
What?
It was supposed to be Ryan Gosling to be Xander. I think Ryan Gosling.
We could have had Ken.
I know. I think Ryan Gosling or the one that looks like him.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Reynolds.
One. Yes, that one.
Oh, he's Xander coded to a T. That I can see. Reynolds. Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Speaking of, I wanted to get us the Barbie Steelbook as a gift, but they only have a Barbie 4K Ultra HD release for Best Buy that's not a Steelbook, but the UK got a Steelbook release.
UK always gets the Steelbooks.
I literally do not understand.
And Best Buy isn't even selling DVDs in 2024 anymore. Isn't that insane?
Are you serious? They're known for their Steelbook collection.
I know. They're not doing it anymore. They said 2024.
Oh, that's why we haven't gotten a fucking Barbie. Because I can pre-order the Barbie Steelbook on eBay from the UK, but and this is stupid, it's like, will it work? It'll work. It would still work.
If it's region free, it'll work.
I think okay, so I'll look up in that, but then it's like fucking $70 because they have to buy the DVD and ship it.
Same thing happened with The Last of Us.
Series,
which is so annoying.
Last thing, Netflix is opening stores, flagship stores. That. Creepy, but could be cool.
The store?
It's like
Are you doing like an amusement park thing too?
I don't know if maybe these like flagship stores are supposed to be like where you can like eat, drink, and shop type of a thing, like alongside like all these IPs that they have.
I wish Buffy was still on Netflix.
I know. And like the cool thing is though that like the cool hope that I have, I guess, is that they'll sell physical media of their shows.
Maybe. They haven't. That's why Mike Flanagan. Oh my God, I forgot to say. I should not say this right now. I watched the Fall of the House of Usher. So good,
dude. I'm trying to get Blake to watch. He won't start with me.
I'll watch it again if you want.
Oh, okay, love it.
It's so good. Sorry to bring this up in the middle of a Buffy episode, but it's so good. I think it's like one of my top 3 of his.
That's what I hear. I hear it's like up
his
there.
Last 2. I did not like them. I didn't even finish them.
You didn't like Midnight Mass, and you didn't like
Midnight Club.
Oh, the kid
with the
one.
Kids.
Yeah.
I did not like. I couldn't finish either of those. But this was so good.
Good.
But that's why Mike Flanagan. That was his last show with Netflix because, well, not because they wouldn't release it on physical media, but like a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And he really wanted like to be able to release those on
100%. Yeah.
Too, but
he is a little physical media king.
He is.
I love that. Ugh, I want to watch it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, well.
It's crazy. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so dark. It's so dark.
But is it like sad like Bly Manor? Bly Manor was too sad.
No.
I think
that's his saddest show for sure.
That is like
Hill House, I think, is his best overall show.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Sleep.
Blake just texted, "Am I gonna get cyberbullied? I'm scared. I don't want to open it."
Oh no.
And Fall of the House of the Usher is like, it's just so cool how he connected all of Edgar Allan Poe's stories.
Yeah.
In like one huge show. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? But he did it so well.
And he's like such a cool, like down to earth person.
He's really cool. Shout out Spooky Astronauts. Our friend Emma made a really good explanation video about the show.
I saw her upload that.
Yeah, but obviously don't watch it. But watch it after you're done. But that's all. Okay.
Amazing. I'm glad you liked it.
It was so good. I loved it. Okay.
I just loved it.
You know what else I love?
And you know what I don't love? Xander and Willow kissing.
T. The next day, Buffy is analyzing the homecoming queen competition with Oz, Xander, and Will in the library. Oh, this is when they all look very uncomfortable and they're like, well,
we gotta.
Team Cordy.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm also Team Cordy.
Yeah. 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 So Xander is helping out. He's the boyfriend. Cheating boyfriend. Cheating dirty dick boyfriend. Willow is constructing Cordelia's database, and Oz goes along with Willow, obviously. As the evildoers are honing their skills for their upcoming hunt, the competition at Sunnydale is heating up as well. Ethics give way to bribery with sweets and money. Buffy gets 15 minutes on Cordelia's database after she guilt-tripped Willow into secretly helping her. Xander and Willow sit down to talk, so Willow talks about the homecoming queen competition and the tensions between Buffy and Cordy, but Xander thinks she's talking about their kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And Willow just kind of shuts down and is like, you can't bring that up.
I also just like... I guess you, Molly, had a good point where it's like Willow has loved Xander like her whole life, and it's like that childhood crush vibe.
Yeah. And Xander's taking advantage of that because he's a fucking freak.
Yeah. Yes. That is like literally the best way you could have put that. I agree. It's just hard though when like to me, Oz is just like who I want to be with. Do you know what I mean? Like when Oz is just like we've talked about him so much on the show as like the ultimate catch of a man, like the most elusive breed of man that exists.
Absolutely.
Like, so it's hard not to like call Willow a clown, but I get it. And also you're young and also like,
yes. I again, am a Willow sympathizer in this instance for sure, but like, I just don't understand where it came from. Like, it does feel like on this watch, it came out of nowhere.
Well, and that's how I felt about when he said "I love you" to her in the hospital bed.
Yeah,
like that is like it is so unhinged because he's never shown interest in her
until she was like basically dying.
Yeah, and then he was like, "I love you," and then like she got a boyfriend, and then he kisses her. I'm like, okay, you were like.
The one time she's not available. I mean, but that's so male.
It is yes. It is
very much like
man.
It's just that's typical. Willow exclaims that the kiss upset the whole balance of the group dynamics, leading them to help Cordy out of guilt, and that has all led to the new hostility between Cordy and Buffy. Willow is determined to do something to fix things. Yeah.
And what will that be?
Good question. But first, when the limo arrives at Buffy's house, she gets in to discover not Faith, who was scheduled to be the first to be picked up, her date. She's like, where's my fucking
date? Where's my girlfriend? Where's my hot date?
Where's my... I was going to say something crazy. But rather, I'm so glad. Wow, I'm so proud of myself for holding myself back.
That is so
Holy
fucking
shit.
funny.
I literally think I would have bleeped it.
Well, then in that case, what were you going to say?
Bleep, bleep, bleep. No.
Oh, you're like, I don't want to do the editing.
I don't want to. I really don't. But rather, Cordelia alone, holding a note from their friends saying that they want her and Cordelia to make up on the expensive ride, so they will be forced to spend some time alone together. Also hot. You know what? I'll take it. I'm more of a Buffy Faith shipper, but I'm always down for Buffy.
A little
Cordy
Buffy Cordy,
action.
and at the very least, all three.
Least?
Most?
Weast? I thought it said weast. Putting on the corsages that have been left for them, the two talk but make... Have you ever had a corsage?
Boutonnieres is what we had.
Boutonnieres.
It's a boutonniere, darling.
I'm sorry, I forgot you are a man. And only men wear buttonieres.
Buttonieres.
That's so beta. Beta-neers. I forgot the girls.
That is funny.
Wear
corsage. Corsage. They are the corsage and the
Wait, so boutonniere is this?
Boutonniere and the boubiniere.
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 Right. You should have worn a corsage.
So true.
Be bullied into oblivion for wearing a fucking corsage.
Not be let into my prom because I wore a corsage.
Probably.
I was just going to say probably. Would not be surprised.
For sure. When the driver stops at their destination, they are surprised to discover not Sunnydale High, but a shack and some woods.
Shackydale High.
Shackydale.
Sunnydale Shack.
So dumb.
It's stupid.
Then the driver runs away. They find a TV, VCR, and videotape, so they play it.
It's so good. It's like Saw. It's the Terror Tram at Horror Nights. It's
so
just so fun and dumb
it's
and
super
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
Trick addresses them as Buffy and Faith and informs them, because they think obviously Faith is on the other side of the limo. But
and she's like, they're similar looking in terms of like pretty tall brunette.
Period.
Yeah.
Trick addresses them as Buffy and Faith and informs them of Slayerfest 98, the fun little competition they're having. Despite Cordelia's desperate attempts at getting someone to realize that she is not Faith, she and Buffy are both targeted by the competitors.
I hope there's a Slayerfest 99, a Slayerfest 2000.
Slayerfest 2000 is sick.
That's great.
Yeah,
Slayerfest 2000.
I know.
Slayerfest early aughts.
I want a bumper sticker that says that. Xander and Willow are moping at the dance.
Excuse me.
What's that?
It's just a little boo Oreo. A little pumpkin Oreo. Do you want one?
It's broken.
Okay.
I ate your French fries. But in the Happy Meal, they give the little ones. They're
I love the little one.
Cute. They're so cute. Not enough French fries though. McDonald's.
McDonald's of Chicago.
Only of Chicago. Even Giles's humor fails to cheer them up. Faith is livelier. She embarrasses Scott in front of his date by pretending to have gotten an STD from him. Meanwhile, God, I love her so much.
I do too.
And like her and Buffy aren't even very close yet.
But she's
the
looking
way
out
she's
for her
writing
because she's the other Slayer. It's like a sisterhood. But like a sisterhood with some wiggle room.
A sapphic-hood.
A slivsterhood.
Slivsterhood. Meanwhile, Buffy catches one of her pursuers and forces details out of him. Cordelia, thinking she's going to die, tells Buffy she loves Xander.
It's like
heartbreaking.
Such a heartbreaking moment because it takes a lot for her to like let herself go there
and have those kinds of
feelings.
Look
what this man is doing.
Bro.
I'm telling you, if I could throw hands at any character.
I've never forgiven Xander for this. Ever. And it gets worse.
I am so worried.
You should be. The next episode's crazy. The next one we have to watch, not this next. Yeah. Well, Band Candy is pretty fucking crazy, but
Can Bandy.
Buffy tells her she spent a year's allowance on the dress in an attempt to achieve one ideal moment in high school. For a moment, the two understand each other. The two then fight off their adversaries and run to the school. Meanwhile, sorry, your boyfriend is texting me so fucking much.
So embarrassing. I'm so sorry for his behavior.
It's so annoying.
Also like I'm so jealous. He won't.
It's in a group chat with
I know.
you.
I'm kidding.
Meanwhile, Trick is dragged away from the mansion by two policemen. Buffy and Cordy make their way to the library, only to find Giles knocked out. What is it? 12? 11?
Yeah. Oh, this is like the dart.
Yeah.
The tranquilizer dart. No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. But this is like at least a dozen times that Giles has been knocked out in the last few seasons, and I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm worried for him. During the fight, Candy, who's the vampire, is dusted thanks to a spatula that Cordelia acquired. Lyle is infuriated and is ready to kill the two, but Cordy finally does something good with her taunting skills and scares Lyle away.
And I love that they brought back the cowboy vampire.
I know. Mr. Gorch.
It is just so delicious in its world building that they brought back like the randomest, campiest vampire.
He's a fucking cowboy vampire. Like it's
literally
iconic.
Yes.
It's so
good.
iconic.
And the way that Cordelia just like outwits him. Cordelia can constantly raising the bar.
She's a new Slayer.
What's that like Michelle Obama thing where it's like constantly, girl, you've done it again.
You've done it again.
Constantly raising the bar for us all.
You have done it again.
That is like how I feel about Cordelia
Chase. She was talking
Chase.
to Cordelia.
No, yeah, it was a cameo for Cordelia.
For sure. We bought it for her. Buffy realizes the corsages they got in the limo were electronic tracking devices. She puts a device on one of them, on one of the German brothers who, when fired upon by his brother, fires back, both killing each other. It was kind of a slay move.
It was the Slayer slayed.
Slayer slayed.
It was great. Take him out.
Slayer did what she does best. The policemen bring Trick into the office of Mayor Wilkins, who tells Trick that he needs to control rebellious youth elements during this important year. Trick, knowing the mayor means business, agrees to team up with him. I love this team up. I think it's like villains of the world.
Oh, it's giving Maleficent with Cruella de Vil.
Yeah,
it is so good.
I love Mr. Trick. I think he's a great little villain.
He's so good, so expertly performed, so funny, but also scary. He looks hot as hell in this outfit with the makeup.
I think he was supposed to be Spike.
That's what you said when we were watching. I love that.
I don't know where I knew that, but
he has that confidence and like sex appeal and like danger in him that Spike has. So I can see that.
No, he's great. I'm glad they kept him in the show. Buffy and Cordelia arrive at the homecoming dance. They look a little shook. The girls have been through it. Just in time for the announcement of homecoming queen, both believing the result to be more important than ever after all because of what they've been through.
This is like the best writing.
It's so funny.
I was gooped and gagged.
It's so funny. It's announced that the votes was tied, so Buffy and Cordy both smile at the idea of sharing the title, but it turns out the tie was between two other competitors, Michelle Blake and Holly Charleston. As the two winners make emotional speeches, Buffy and Cordelia walk out united in their disgust.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Because they really did the whole thing where like, it's a tie. And I was like, oh, I literally remember going out loud, oh, that's so cute. They're both going to win it. And then they're like, between these two other people, I was like, oh, of course. Literally, of course.
It's so funny. I'm like, also, Cordelia Chase not winning homecoming queen over
literally
Holly,
maybe it's because Buffy distracted her from like her proper campaigning. If Buffy was in the picture, she would have campaigned harder.
Right.
And maybe she had some campaigning plan for actually at the dance when people are casting their votes.
She was just paying people off. That's true.
You never know.
Distracted by Slayer Fest.
Yeah, she was. But I like it too because it's like they get to. Hopefully they had blessed with a little bit of perspective after like literally almost dying and like running for their lives for like hours going to dance.
I think they wanted to win.
And you know what? I support them in any one that either of them have.
T.
And
that's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode.
It's such a fun episode.
It's such a good episode. I think it's like just a great character development. Again, like a character callback, character development, character continuation.
I agree. And in the next episode, we'll be talking all about season 3, episode 6, Band Candy on November 1st. And I love that episode. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Hot.
It's hot.
And it makes my tummy
The show's only getting hotter. I'm nervous.
Why? You already watched it.
No, I meant nervous for
this season. I love this season.
I like it. So far, it is my favorite season.
Yes.
But I've yet to see 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oof, that's a lot of Buffy.
That's a lot of Buffy.
Yeah, brother.
Lettuce.
And Tomato, know what you think in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. We'd love to hear from you via Gmail, fearcareers@gmail.com, or on Instagram at LGBTQVHS.
And we don't talk about Twitter. Twitter,
I hardly know her.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, and love you, and hope you're okay.
Hope you're okay.
Lord knows we're not.
And that's the motherfucking tea. Love you.
Until next time.
Slay for rights.
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.